Welcome. In this playthrough of Marvel Champions of Card game, we're going to do double protection with Drax and Groot going up against an Expert Rhino. So for Rhino, he just has one main scheme, so we are using his cards, Bomb Scare, Standard, Expert, and his obligations. Then flipping over, we're going to have a threshold of 14, and if this stage is completed, the players will lose the game. Rhino starts with a scheme of 1, attack of 3. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for the break-in and taken side scheme, and reveal it and shuffle the encounter deck. And it's going to be starting with 30 health. And the break-in and taken side scheme is going to get us an extra encounter card. When revealed, place an additional threat per player here. And then for our protection heroes, Drax, he has a thwart of 1, attack of 1, 2 health. Gets +1 attack for each vengeance counter on him. As a response after villain attacks Drax, place a vengeance counter here. To a max of 3, if you cannot, draw a card. In size of 4, 14 health. He's got a recovery of 4 and alter ego. And after you change this form, remove all vengeance counters from Drax. Heal 2 damage from him for each vengeance counter removed this way in a hand size of 6. So we're using 2 power protection, 3 energy barriers, 3 indomitables, 3 sidesteps, 3 momentum shifts. Then we have Black Widow, Brother Voodoo, Clea, Moondragon, Starhawk, and Warlock. And for the basic cards, got our 3 resources, a helicarrier, endurance, and a downtime. Then for Groot, thwart of 1, attack of 2, 3 defense, force interrupt. When Groot would take any amount of damage, remove that many growth counters from him. For each growth counter removed this way, prevent 1 damage. Hand size of 5 and 10 health. Alter ego, recovery of 4. Growth spurt, as an action, place 2 growth counters on him to a maximum of 10. Hand size of 6. And then on to his protection, 2 power protection, nerves of steel, 3 med teams, 3 second winds, 3 subdues, then 3 desperate defenses, Iron Fist, Black Widow, Martyr, Nova, and Luke Cage. And finishing off with our basic cards, 3 resources, helicarrier, CITT, deft focus, endurance, and lockjaw. All right, finish our setup, shuffling up our encounter deck. Then each of our heroes are going to get 6 cards, starting with Drax. Let's see what we can get with him to get started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, sidestep, Mantis, Keeper, Parry, Knife Leap, Brother Voodoo, and a Fight Me. I think we'll keep Brother Voodoo just to see what we draw into. Payback, power protection, intimidation, and a momentum shift. Then over here, shuffle and get 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Fertile Ground's a keeper. I am Groot. I am Groot. Some Lashing Vines, Power Protection, and Lockjaw. All those can go. Black Widow, Def Focus, CITT, Luke Cage, and Subdue. All right, we're going to start with Brother Voodoo here. 4 to 2, attack of 1, 3 health. After he enters play, search the top 5 cards of your deck for an event card and add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. So, looking for an event. And did not find one. Not very eventful then. So, thwarting for 2. He takes 2 damage for doing that. Then we're going to bring in Mantis. Thwart of 2, attack of 1, 3 health. We can exhaust her to deal her damage, to heal 3 damage from an identity. She's just going to sit there and watch. We will flip over and thwart for 1. Then for Groot, use his ability to get 2 growth counters. Bring in Fertile Ground. So I'll set to place a growth counter on him and draw a card. Getting a second wind. Then we'll bring in Black Widow. 4 to 2, attack of 1, 2 health. Interrupt when a card is revealed from the counter deck. Exhaust Black Widow and spend a mental resource. Cancel the effects of that card, then reveal another card from the encounter deck. And she will go ahead and attack for 1. And we'll flip over. You know what? She thwarted for 2. He'll attack for 2. So it was a 30 going down to 28. And end her turn. I'm going to keep Deft Focus. Getting a med team, Root Stomp, I Am Groot, and some strength. And over here, Momentum Shift, a Knife Leap, his other knife, and a parry. So that is gone. Rhino's going to drop 2 threats. Attack over here for base 3. 4 damage coming our way. We are going to parry. When you would take any amount of damage, prevent X of that damage, where X is equal to double your attack. So we'll prevent 2 and take 2. Then attacking over here, Brother Voodoo defends, and Brother Voodoo goes away. And counter cards, Hydra Mercenary, Schema 0, attack of 1, and guard, and 3 health. And crowd control. Can't take threat off the main screen or scheme, and it comes in with 4. And pass first player. All right, we're going to bring in Deft Focus. Exhaust this to reduce the resource cost of the next superpower card you play this turn by 1. Then I Am Groot. Remove threat from a scheme equal to the number of growth counters on Groot, which is 3. And forgot his vengeance counter. And then thwarting for 1. Then we'll do a momentum shift, heal 2 damage from our hero to deal 2 damage to an enemy. So we're back up to 14. 2 damage there. Attack to take him out. And thwarting for 2. Ending turn, keeping our med team, Root Stomp, Tangling Vines, Vine Spikes, and Nova. And over here, Indomitable, Black Widow, Downtime, and an Energy Barrier. 2 threat, attacking, defending for 3, 4. Attacking, and taking it for 3, down to 11. And counter cards. Discard an upgrade or support you control. That's going to be Fertile Ground. And then the villain attacks you. For base 3, 4, 5 damage, we're down to 6. All right. I'm going to bring in Black Widow. Thwarting for 2. Use her ability to take a damage to heal 3. Attack for 4, down to 24. Use Deft Focus to bring in our superpower and Tangling Vines. Groot makes a basic thwart. Remove a growth counter from him and exhaust this to give him +2 for that thwart. Then we're going to bring in a med team. Gets 3 uses or medical counters as an action. Exhaust this, remove a counter from it to heal 2 damage from a friendly character. We're going to go ahead and do that to heal her. And then we're going to attack for 2, down to 22. End your turn. Moondragon, Indomitable, a sidestep, and some payback. Then over here, Iron Fist, Subdue, a Vine Shield, and another med team, and Genius. All right, 2 threats. Attacking here, we're going to take it. A base 3 damage coming our way. We are going to sidestep when you would take any amount of damage. Prevent 3 of that damage. If you paid for this using an energy resource, deal 1 damage to an enemy. Down to 21. And since we're maxed here, we get to draw a card into a momentum shift. And we're going to play a payback. After the villain attacks you, deal X damage to him, where X is equal to your attack, which is 4. Down to 17. Then attacking over here, Black Widow is going to defend and go away. And counter cards, Surge and exhaust our identity. Bomb Scare. When revealed, place an additional threat per player here. Acceleration token, so we're getting 4 threat. And place 4 threat on each side scheme. And pass first player. All right. So when he thwarts, we're going to remove a counter, so he's thwarting for 3. Use a med over here, taking him back up to 11. Bring in Iron Fist. Thwart 1, attack for 2, 3 health. Enters play with 2 Mystic counters. Response, when Iron Fist attacks an enemy, remove a Mystic counter from him, stun that enemy, and deal damage to it. So he's going to do that using one of his counters. So he does a damage, stuns it, and then 2 more damage, 14. And over here, thwarting for 2. Ending your turn. We'll keep Subdue and Moon Dragon. You know what? I'm going to keep Momentum Shift. Got a Knife, Warlock, and Helicarrier. And then getting I Am Groot, Endurance, Power, Protection, and a Root Stomp. So 3 threat. Attacking, losing, stunned. Attacking for a base 3, 4, 5. Down to 6. We draw a card into Intimidation. Counter cards. He's going to scheme for base 1, 2. And then Memories of Another Life. So we may flip to our alter ego form. We will. It's going to heal us for 6. Up to 12. Then exhaust this to remove that from the game. And pass first player. Then we're going to play a Helicarrier. It's an action. We can exhaust that, choose a player to reduce the resource cost to the next card we play by 1. We'll go ahead and use that to bring in our Knife, giving us +1 attack. Flip over, thwart for 2. Heal for 2. Then we're thwarting, spending for 3. Attacking using our counter. Take him down 11 and stun him. We're going to give Drax +3 health. Up to 15. Make our next superpower 1 cheaper to deal 5 damage to an enemy. Down to 6. Ending her turn. Keeping Subdue again. So I've got another med team, a second wind, energy, and fruition. And over here, our mastery, sidestep, Clea, and 2 stubborn to die. So 2 threat, goes to attack, loses stunned, goes to attack or initiates the attack here. We're going to subdue. When an enemy initiates an attack, that enemy gets -3 for that attack. Then Drax is going to defend, so taking 1 damage. Getting a Vengeance counter. Then in counter cards, Shadows of the Past. So we're getting friends. So Yotat the Destroyer, Schema 1, attack of 3, 5 health, guard and retaliate 1. Cull the Weak, each enemy gets +2 attack, that comes in with 4 threat. And 3 side schemes, or 3 encounter cards get shuffled in. And then Sandman, Schema 2, attack of 3, 4 health and toughness. All right, we're going to bring in another med team. Groot, thwarts for 3. Make our next card over here 1 cheaper to bring in Clea. Thwart 1, attack of 1, 2 health. When she's defeated, she goes back in her owner's deck. Thwarting for 1. Then we're going to bring in our mystery card, or mastery. Hero response, after he makes a basic attack, he draws a card. And Mantis is going to thwart for 2. Then ending her turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Endurance, energy barrier, power protection, and some strength. And over here, subdue, a martyr, desperate defense, fruition, and a helicarrier. So 2 threat. Attacking over here, Iron Fist defends. Iron Fist goes away. Then Groot, or Sandman's attacking for 3. We'll defend. Then Rhino's attacking over here. We're just going to take it for 3, down to 11. Get a token. And Yotat attacks. She's going to defend and get shuffled back in. Oops. And counter cards. Surge and get another one. Bomb Scare is not in play, so that gets Surge. Go to You Are Confused. And then Hydra Bomber. Choose to either take 2 damage or place a threat on the main scheme. I think we're going to take the 2 damage. This threat's going to be a problem, it looks like. And then the villain attacks you. We're going to take it for 3, down to 8. And pass first player. All right, so Drax is attacking for 5. Takes care of him. We get to draw a card into some energy. We're going to play an energy barrier. Gets 3 counters on it. Interrupt when you would take any amount of damage. Remove a counter from here. Prevent 1 of that damage and deal 1 damage to an enemy. Mantis is going to take a damage, healing him for 3, up to 11. And I'm going to use a helicarrier to play endurance over here. Give him 11 health. Med team, healing 2 off of Mantis. Then Martyr, 4-1 attack of 2, 3 health. After she takes consequential damage from performing an attack, if that attack defeated an enemy, give her a tough status. So swinging here for 2. Takes her damage and gets some tough. And ending her turn, we're keeping these, drawing Clea and Genius. And over here, Nerves of Steel, Second Wind, We Are Groot, Desperate Defense, and another Desperate Defense. So 9 out of 14. Attacking here, we're going to take it for 5, down to 6. Actually, down to 7. We're going to redirect 1, down to 5. And then we're at max here, so we draw a card into Star Hulk. Attacking over here, defending for 3, 4, lose tough. Then attacking for 3. Going to do a Desperate Defense. When your hero defends against an attack, gets +2 defense for that attack. If you take no damage from that attack, ready your hero. Is that even worth it? Nope, we're just going to take the 3 down to 8. Then in counter cards, Rhino heals 4, up to 9. And you attack the destroy attacks. If no attack was made this way, the villain attacks you. Alright, we'll play Desperate Defense this time, giving us 5 defense with 5 damage coming in. We took no damage, so we ready. And pass first player. Alright, thwarting to get rid of confused. Helicarrier over here for Second Wind. We can heal 5 damage from someone. So he's going to go up to 12. Then over here, Mantis, thwarts for 2. Clea's going to come in, attack for 1 to get rid of tough. Drax is going to attack to take him out and draw a card. Starhawk's going to come in and thwart for 1. So he's got a thwart of 1, attack of 2, 3 health. When he takes damage exactly equal to his remaining hit points, return him to her hand. So thwarting for 1. We're going to ready our hero and draw a card into Indomitable. The villain's going to attack us. So 3 damage coming our way. We're going to take 2, redirecting 1 back down to 8. Allows us to draw a card. Energy Barrier gets us in a counter card and some shuffling. And then attacking for 5, taking him down to 3. Then we'll bring in another Energy Barrier. And in the turn, keeping Indomitable. So we've got Brother Voodoo, Fight Me, and Too Stubborn to Die. And I guess officially that, counter cards over there. This one's here. So a whole lot of shuffling going on. So this should be an interesting turn. So getting 5 cards here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I am Groot, power protection, some more Groot, root stomp, and another second wind. Free threat. Attacking. Clea will defend for 1, 2, 3, and more shuffling. And attacking over here, we're going to take it for 4, redirecting 2 back. Down to 1. We go down to 9 and draw a card into an energy barrier. So encounter cards. Let's see, Rhino attacks you. If a character is damaged by this attack, that character is stunned. Well, that's bad news for Martyr. 3 damage, knocked out and stunned. Then, hey, he's back. And over here, Surge. Attach to the enemy with the highest attack. Gives them +2 attack, so they're both at 3, so we're going to choose over here. But basically, after Drax deals 5 or more damage to the enemy in a single attack, discard this card. But if he does 5 or more damage here, he's taking him out. Then he's back with toughness. And breaking and taking. That gets 4 threat on it. So things are not going good for us. Pass first player. So we're going to start with Drax. Attacking for 5 to get rid of this. Drawing a card into power protection. Oh, that's out. All right, we're going to ready our hero. Draw a card. And the villain attacks us. Oh, let me take that back 1 step. Before we do that, we're putting in another energy barrier. That doesn't change anything. Now we do all that. Villain's attacking us for base 3, for 5. We can redirect 2 back. Actually, redirect 1 back, which takes him down. We're taking 4 down to 5 health. We draw a card from that into power protection. So now he's got toughness, stunning each hero, and 32 health. We are going to bring in Brother Voodoo. After he enters play, search the top 5 cards of your deck for an event card, add it to your hand, and shuffle your deck. Momentum Shift, Knife Leap, Indomitable, Intimidation, and his knife. So events. I think we're going to be keeping Intimidation and shuffle those back in. Brother Voodoo thwarts for 2. Starhawk is going to attack for 2 to get rid of this toughness. And then he takes 2 consequential damage and goes back to her hand. Then he's coming right back out. And attacking for 2 up here. Make our next card 1 cheaper. I'm going to do some intimidation. Remove X threat from a scheme where X is equal to your attack. Our attack is 4, 5. Then we're going to attack to get rid of stunned. Mantis is going to thwart for 2. Groot is going to attack to get rid of stunned. Then Med Team to heal. Deft Focus to play Root Stomp, dealing 5 damage to an enemy. If this attack defeats that enemy, place a growth counter on Groot. Sandman is out. Then we're going to play Second Wind, using that so we can heal 5 from an identity, back up to 10 health. And ending our turn. All right, Sidestep, Intimidation, Indomitable, and a Parry. Over here, Luke Cage, Energy, Desperate Defense, Black Widow, and a Root Stomp. So 3 threat going up to 7. Attacking here for 4, 5. We're going to parry. When you would take any amount of damage, prevent X of that damage, where X is equal to double your attack, which is, we're an attack of 5, so preventing 10. Then draw a card into Fight Me. Attacking over here, Brother Voodoo's going to defend for 6 damage. In counter cards, Rhino heals 4. If no damage was healed, this card gains Surge. And that's unfortunate for Groot. So he's going to flip over and exhaust to remove that from the game. And then this card gains Surge. And that card gains Surge and reveal the top card. That card gets Surge and exhaust your identity, which we can't. Now we've got a Bomb Scare with 4 threat. And if Bomb Scare is in play, assign X damage among heroes and allies, where X is the amount of threat on Bomb Scare. So we've got 4 damage to distribute. Starhawk will take 1, so it goes back to her hand. Then we'll put 3 on Drax. Going down to 9 and deflecting 2. Back to Rhino. That was a lot of encounter cards. All right, Groot's going to get 2 more counters. And flip over. We will bring in Black Widow, thwarting for 2. Make our next superpower 1 cheaper to deal 5 damage to an enemy. Down to 25. Mantis thwarts for 2. Drax attacks for 5. Down to 20. Draws a card into his other knife. Make our next card 1 cheaper to bring in our other knife, so we have Retaliates 1. Starhawk's going to come in and thwart for 1. And then we're going to do some more intimidation, removing 5 threat. Ending our turn. Drawing into a payback, momentum shift, a sidestep, and Clea. And over here, Vine Shield, Iron Fist, Subdue, I Am Groot, and Second Wind. 3 threat. Attacking over here, Black Widow is going to take it for 4, 5, 6. Attacking over here. We're going to take it for 5 damage coming in. We're going to redirect 2 back. Down to 18. We're going to sidestep. When you would take an amount of damage, prevent 3 of that damage, and we're not paying the right resource there. So we're not taking anything. Retaliate for 1. Draw a card into a knife leap. Then we've got some payback. After the villain attacks you, deal X damage to him equal to our attack, which is 5, taking him down to 12. Then in counter cards, Place 4 threat on each side scheme. If there are no side schemes in play, we're going to discard until we find one. Found one. Call the weak. Each enemy gets +2 attack. Four threat. And then attach the Rhino. When he attacks, the attack gains overkill. At the end of this attack, we discard it, +3 attack. Pass first player. Alright, Starhawk. Attacks for 2. Takes him down to 10. Goes back to her hand. We'll make her next card 1 cheaper. We'll bring him back out. He'll attack for 2 more, down to 8. We're going to heal Mantis for 2. She's going to attack for 1, down to 7. Drax is attacking for 5, along with a Knife Leap. Reduce the cost to play this card by 1 for each Vengeance counter on Drax, so it's going to be free. When you make a basic attack, you get +5 attack for that attack. This attack gains Overkill and Piercing, so 10 damage going in. Rhino is down. And, of course, we were going to have Groot attack and bring out Iron Fist again. So that is the dub protection of Drax and Groot going up against Rhino. As always, hope you enjoyed this playthrough. So please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.